All right. All right. I got started, and obviously we can edit whatever we need to edit. Are you continuing with the bodies today?
Oh, no, yes. I'm starting with today, continue with the bodies. I said awareness is critical to get started with that. And we always have to be aware. Today it was raining and it's sun, and being aware of the frequency with the differences, and how does it impact you? Yes. Which body we started with? One is okay with me. You must go to become aware of the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. Yeah.
Yeah, last week we talked about the physical body.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you have a preference on where you want to go today.
The only thing of it is, the physical body, as I said, in essence, that it is housing the eternal body, the soul. And it's critical that we become aware of the body and the significance of it and keeping it radiant, healthy.
Mhm.
And sometimes we know this body will run out with the spirit, go back to its source. And so, how do we maintain our physical body? Are we aware? Are we invested in maintaining our physical body? And so, that is the question about that. What leads into that is the emotional body, which is the feeling. And sometimes that body takes over, and that body can enhance the physical body, or it could definitely harm it. So talking about that in regards to the emotion is very, very important because let us know that we have feeling that we're alive. We're alive. So what do you want to do with that? And so, when you're balanced, they can flow, then you can go with it. Sometimes we all have our preference as to how we handle our emotions. Some people internalize, some people comes out, some people intellectualize. So the question is being aware of that, how you use your emotional body to enhance you, or is it harming you? Look around. How do your emotion attract people? How do they respond to you? Do your plants grow around you? Do they die? You can't grow no plants because your frequency is killing the plants. And so all those things are important to be aware of your emotions. Emotions. So, emotions is like it's emotes, it moves something in and out, going from there. Yes. So this while you're handling your feelings, where do they go? What does it go into your body? Do you get more emotional? Do you get intellectual? Did you get more spiritual? That's the question. Are you aware of which one, how you use your emotions? And that's a key situation that we can talk about today. Mhm.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Hannah.
Mhm.
So with the body and awareness in general, one thing you talked about was finding uh the time, space to be still
Yes.
and kind of sit with yourself. How do you look at the emotional body? Like if people want to get more aware of it, is it the same process? Is there a subtle difference if they were focusing on the physical versus the emotional? How do you see that?
I don't want to say versus, I would say in comparison to. I would say that you do get aware. You get quiet. Sitting still and quiet is the key for all of them. Are you aware of how you feel? Do you aware of what part of your body feel your emotions? Do you aware which one get overloaded? Let's get deprived. And that is being quiet, being in tune, being present with yourself. You will realize, am I more intense? And what organ does that affect? My intensity affects my head. May get a headache, or it might affect my liver. I get angry, or you get angry, and all of those kind of things. Or you're kidding, you're afraid with your heart. You don't know how to give or receive love. Or you're over that. You're in balance. You just give, but you don't know how to balance it or how to receive. So the words being aware as to how you do it. So it is being quiet. It is sitting down. And also you can look at how you react to people, how people react to you. Are they reacting or responding to you? Then how did you feel about the reaction responding? That will let you know if you overdoing it or you're balancing what you're doing. It's important to deal with it like that. Yes. being quiet, and being our own looking to yourself. Where are my feelings going? Do they elevate me or do they stagnate me? And we all know stagnation causes inflammation that causes diseases. You look around your neighborhood. What kind of diseases you primarily see? Is it aggression? Is it fear? Is it harmony? Is it happiness? I would say in a lot of the Black folks neighborhood, there's a lot of fear. To me, every city that I visit, I see dialysis machines, dialysis organization. Why so much kidney issues here? You know, from a metaphysical, energetic point of view, or should I say, acupuncture, we know kidney is fear. It's concerning me that I see so many dialysis companies every city that I go to. So what are we afraid of? That's the question. But look around. You see a lot of anger. What is that about? So anger and fear are partners. On the other side of anger is fear, and vice versa. So look at what it does for your body. Also, the fear, the anger contribute to hypertension. That is all running rampant throughout this country, and especially in the Black and brown neighborhood, you know. What is it coming from? What do you do about it? It's more than just diet. Diet is a big part, but sometimes you get emotional, you overeat. You know better, but you don't do better. You eat the wrong food. That contribute towards harming your heart, your kidney, or your liver, or your eyesight, or getting cancer, you know. Feelings. How do you manage your feelings, your emotions? It's critical in regards to maintaining your own balance. Sometimes you react in your anger goes up. You might want to call a conflict. You might want to have some rage on the expressway. Where's it coming from? Where is this intense rage coming from? People don't know how to modulate, balance the emotion. It's an outlet rather than inlet or balance it. So back to your point, being quiet, being observant. The most important thing, have the courage to be honest with yourself. Have the courage to say, well, that is me. And I said to you always, you know, punks blame the words claim. Don't look out always, did they do something to me? You're a reactor rather than responding. How did I co-create the situation? And so that's it in regards to emotions and feeling. How do you balance feeling? In all neighborhoods, all races have the issues that project out. Do they bring a balance? Do they bring a reactivity? Should be one person dominates something, one race dominating something. It's an internal feeling. It becomes sometimes self-serving and narcissistic sometimes, you know. You got to be feeling. So feelings are critical to be aware as to how you manage them. To me, it can be a great stimulator to elevate you up higher beyond all of this crazy confusion to your thumbprint. So it's two sides to it. I ask you, are you stagnating or are you elevated? Make a choice that elevates you beyond you reacted to a point where you're responding to all situations. Reactivity gets you all caught up in milliseconds. So I did this, you don't did something, you can't reverse it because you don't physically did something. You did something to your body or you did something outside of somebody else or something else. Yes, that's what I would say about that.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Hannah. I'd like to maybe highlight some of what you were talking about. So with the kidneys, for instance, people talk about, well, you specifically spoke about fear and some of the metaphysical connections to the actual organ. I've also been taught that the kidneys relate to our parents' energy, or what some people might call pre-heaven energy. Do you see fear as something that's passed down through the DNA and generations?
I think it can be passed down into generation also in the psyche of people. I'm not just saying just in the kidney because they can pass down in just how people slowly talk about things. Even when you in the process of getting pregnant, it's what was your thought set, what was your mindset at that time. That's also put down in the fetus. So all that can be transferred from multiple directions. So I would say that, yes.
Okay.
And most important, we can start now, you know, planning yourself. We change the generational issue. We can change this. I don't blame anything. I say, yeah, however, I am this way now. Straight up warrior, you know, no blaming, claiming. I claim the awareness, the light, the love, the elevation to universal oneness within myself. So I think people can do that. And you decide what you go in your mouth. You decide what go in your head. You decide what you believe. You decide. We have free will and choice based on the divine and the divine opportunities that we have. Free will and choice. What do you decide? We know if we are symbolic people that eat it. We know some of the food that we eat is no good from generation. We have a choice. You can go vegan, vegetarian, or change what you eat. All those contribute towards your kidney disease. It's passed down for generation. Of course, we are creative people. We can create, make things taste very nice. Nice and good for you. It's not the same. You can have both, but be aware how it affects your body. Be aware of your feeling, how to maintain that way.
A point of clarification. You mentioned that that it can be generational. It could also be psychic. Could you explain a little more what you meant by that?
What I mean is, I'm taking a position that everything can be passed down from generational. It could be also the time when someone conceiving a baby. Also, it turns in what you believe. Oh, that's being transmitted also. I'm not kind of thinking which one. What I am saying, I'm from divine source, so everybody else, make a choice to change. So I'm going beyond all of that. And all of those things can be a possibility. But what's a reality, a universal truth? We are from source. And from source, you have free will and choice. What do you decide? What you going to do about it? That's the question I'm bringing today. You can use your feelings to elevate or stagnate. Some people can use that to elevate themselves. Say, my parents, this is a generational issue. Some people use it to stagnate. I'm here to liberate you, by educating you to move to a high level, but being aware of your internal source and power. What's your thinking? What's your process? To move beyond a point of reactivity responding. So that's what I'm talking about today. It can be, you know, the kidney for parent. It can be psychic. It can be emotional. Can be. But what is, you have a choice. So divine energy is about isness, not about if and maybe-ness. What is, you got a choice. And what's your choice? Did you chose to do something my parents did not know is killing us? Do you want to continue? Do you have the courage to change? We are reincarnated back here for our own lessons here of this reincarnation. But being in this cycle might be that. Might be. But what it is how do you want to purify yourself to amplify, to move to a universal oneness? That's what's real here. No ifness. It's all about illness and what you're going to do about it, when you're going to do it, and how you're going to do it. Feeling is a great catalyst to elevate or stagnate. And I'm saying with each and everybody, I'm saying acknowledge the power within them. What do you desire to do about it? You can't just rationalize, I was just feeling like this, so I did that. You are responsible. You are responsible. Take responsibility. Look out. Whatever hand you dealt with, you deal it. Let's deal it to your highest you can, but making big choices, you know. No. Somebody, born parents, and the person or 8 feet or 6 feet or 7 feet tall. They was born. What you gonna do with it? Some people 3 feet tall. What you gonna do with it? They all got source in them. You maximize what you can do within yourself. I say I chose parents for my earthly lessons. If it's about me, if it's being translated, I have different imbalances. It's up to me to balance it out. No, warriors, soul essence, soul energy. We have choices. What are they? Anybody that listens today, that means they have a current choice. They have the power. The question is what choice you make, using your feeling to elevate or stagnate, because it's a powerful catalyst. That's what I'm saying. It's happy for people to listen. So you know within you, you have a very unique self, unique power. But we are from one source, one breath, one energy. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to do it? When you're going to do it? And I'm saying, the minute you step out and ask for something from your heart, you own it, you get it. When you knock, you're going to open. You understand? Source energy. Just keep going with that question. So I appreciate generational issues and energies cranked down. But when it comes down to it, when you're walking here in this planet right now, the question is, how are you going to handle it? What you going to do to maximize? So I'm including what you're saying, but yet going beyond what you're saying. So therefore, and my metaphysical teacher says to me, say, son, leave them without excuse. Leave them without excuse. So that means I had to come from a position of truth to love to my high spin and speak it in the isness, not ifness and thisness, a conditionality. Now, what it is your mind consciousness. What you gonna do with it? Your awareness, what are you gonna do with it? We're talking about awareness of the emotional feeling body right now, which is a powerful body. Elevate or stagnate. And I'm enhancing and encourage people to look at that without judge. What they're doing right now is to elevate themselves to a point of freedom. And freedom in that way. You make your choice. We know we live in an energetic world. Everything is energy. And we know with a constant visualization, with emotionalization, you make manifestation. We know this. Question is, what do you desire to do? When you're going to do it? How you're going to do it? With the emotional body, elevate or stagnate. And so when you hesitate, you stagnate. Yes.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I just want to make sure we're clear. I want to be very clear with everybody. I tell people when I'm talking, it is my intent, motivated by love, the Ray Charles to see me. The deaf can hear me, and the dead can feel me. There's no excuses, It's that clear. Because when you got clarity, you understand that we have a clear connection, communication, we can move forward in confidence, clarity. So I want to make my intention to be clear. My intention to stay in the isness and the presence that people say, we're dealing with the emotional body today, feeling, which is a powerful, powerful body. Because let us know we are alive in on this physical third dimension plane. And it's a great catalyst, a great energy, a great feeling. Elevate or stagnate. Yes.
Appreciate it, Dr. Hannah. How do you see help? For those listening, maybe someone's saying, okay, I really resonate with what Dr. Hannah's saying. I'm choosing to change. I could use a little bit of help. How do you see that?
I see it's great, That means they've made an analysis of themselves and they're reaching out. To go back to the ethic thing, when you actually should receive, I do believe that. Ask that thing. And whatever you ask sincerely, you will get help. Just be open. You can't, it's like you say, I got a God, I want to plant. So you got to plant what you want. Open up to some help. And so that help is meaning that you have made a decision to be receptive. You have been honest with yourself. You realize that's something that you can need to help you move it to a different level of awareness, of stability that way. Understand? So be genuine in your help. Ask for help. And I say you can't. You will be directed by some force in you or some angelic people come in and start talking about that can help. And like there's people who can do it with that. In regards to me talking about it, I'm available for someone who's sincerely receptive and motivated to become aware of their bodies and how they can balance the bodies and move forward within inside of themselves to more radiant health and be also free with themselves to be, because they're constantly making choices, they're constantly creating. That's a step. So the first thing is to honestly be aware. And number two is have a strong desire to get some help beyond your physical body. Sometimes will give you excuses not to get help. Like that, you know.
Thanks, Dr. Allen.
Mhm.
Emotions, like you said, what resonates with me, they help me know I'm alive. And there's a spectrum of feelings, from maybe things that feel fun and happy, and maybe things that don't always feel fun and happy. um, as people navigate those feelings, let's say if you do get angry, or let's say you do get really sad, or you're grieving, how does awareness play in with that, and then what you do next?
Well, awareness coming in is another level. It goes before that. Your awareness is coming to knowing and begin to become a realize that whatever you do to you. So if you're angry, you know you're harming your body inside. Okay. And you can say, well, I'm a lash out, I'm gonna be destructive. Okay. You're destructive to what? Property, people. Then you're sending another emotion. Whatever you do, remember that this is divine. This isn't a man, a human law. This is divine. So whatever you do, you won't be able to do things and to say, okay, based on divine law and get away with it. It's impossible because you send the energy out there. On a human law, you can, depending on your status, your race, your economics, your political party, whatever party it might be, they might let you go, but not divine law. I'm speaking about divine energy that transcends. So whatever you do to you. So become aware. If you really like or love your body, which a lot of people do not like themselves, they say they do, but what they do to their body is just the opposite. From the eating, the smoking, the drinking, the sleep. Oh, but it's just the optical. We are in a sensational, addictive world right now. And the sensation and the tech can have you doing things that's totally detrimental to you and people around you, but you continue. So one is to being aware of that to answer your question, you know. You said you're angry. And also another dynamic, anger is a fear, I told you earlier. What are you afraid of? So you act out in an aggressive way. I'm gonna shoot this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it like that. Those are reactive modes that you do harm to yourself. You could do that to the other person. And I said, on this plane, you might get away. But the other one, no. You sit in a chain action of whatever you do, you get back. Sometimes when you least expect it. The ones who think they're slick, they're moving the system, moving around, you can't hide from energy. The one you send out there. It's just impossible, man, because it's law of energy. The sun comes up regardless of people like that. They got sunburn too bad, stay in the house. But I'm saying you got burnt, the sun shine because the sun is. The moon shine because the moon is. Water wet and float because what? It doesn't change the nature. It doesn't change the nature of energy. Whatever you do to you. To ask yourself, do you like yourself? Do you love yourself? That's your own personal question. You can try to fool yourself. All of that. Say, yes, I do. You're doing all the things just opposite. You want peace, you're doing things just the opposite. You're going out doing things to your body, doing things to people, whatever it might be, it's destructive. It might be temporarily released to you, but it doesn't end there. Even though when you think you got away with you eat what you should be eating, or hurting people you shouldn't be hurting them, it's back to you. Let me make a little thing clear to people that are listening. When you have a higher frequency of vibration, it comes back to you faster. Because you know better, you didn't do better, but you still did it. But people a little bit slower in the laws of energy, they might get away to feel like I got away with something. That is a misconception. That is limited because you cannot change the law of energy. You can run and duck temporarily, but whatever you do, back to you. Are you kind? Are you aggressive? Are you manipulative? Are you honest? Ask yourself that. So I'm saying anger, deal with the fear, what you're afraid of. Deal with it like that then, okay? Move it like that over and over. Ask the question.
Thanks, Dr. Hannah.
Mhm.
So to review, one thing emotions do are to help us know that we're alive. And that's a beautiful thing. Is there other things you would highlight that emotions can do? I mean, somebody might be like, why do I have to feel sad or fearful? Or why do I feel shameful? Well, how do you use those type of feelings, those emotions for your own benefit to grow?
And that's it. Is it elevating you or is it stagnating you? It's a
Mm,
direct question.
mm.
Elevation or stagnation. That's a theme today. Are your feelings elevating you or stagnating you individually or globally? If it's just you and you selfishly doing it, it's okay. But then you remember you selfishly doing something, you're creating for yourself. Question is very direct. Is elevation or stagnation? And then when the word why come up on any kind of question, it's a judgment of something. And so when you're judging something, you're not qualified to judge. You're qualified to be responsible for whatever you do. What happened for you to do that? So I leave people today with the quietness and feelings, fantastic. We need it to really confirm we are alive in this physical body. Feelings are great catalyst to elevate us or stagnate us based on your conscious as to where you are. To stay what it is it going to help you or is it going to harm you? Is it going to help you or help somebody else or harm them? If you're in your own type of thinking that it's going to help me and someone else, fantastic, beyond this, and you keep on going beyond you and your family globally. Or is it just you and your own self and somebody else? You got to ask yourself those questions and be aware of whatever you do to you, because this law of energy returns back to whatever comes out. It comes back to that. So it's just, that is question for awareness. Your body is alive. It can elevate me, extend me, my emotions, and raise the question every day, every second. What is it doing? Start putting yourself, looking at your body with your spiritual self, is looking at it. What are you doing? Are you elevating or stagnating? You can use another one to do that. Another one in your body. We haven't got to that, but right now we're just saying that the emotional body is about feeling. And the feeling can be very high. You can feel and connect with people. You can feel empathetic. The question is are you balanced when you're doing empathy? Or you're overwhelmed when you're feeling sympathy? Sympathy is a pull down energy. Behind sympathy, it's kind of like I feel sorry for you. No, empathy is how can I elevate you? Empathy, opposed to sympathy. You empathize. I said, how can I help this person in the state? Because with them, they also have the God source, the God energy. They can elevate with your elevation, or they can pull it down with your sadness. And sadness, no. Elevation, yes. Empathy.
Thanks, Dr. Hannah.
Mhm.
If we could stay on that for a second. So stagnation and elevation, I feel like those are pretty clear. When you're talking about feeling that, when I ask myself those questions, how can I make more discernment as because we're cultivating awareness here.
Mhm.
So I think intellectually, maybe people are going to hear those words and say, oh, I know what those mean. How do they apply those inside with some of what we're talking about today?
You got to believe that your feeling is the energy goes out and affect everything else. You got to know that. Because your frequency, whatever you feel, and the people hang around, it can enhance you or pull down. So it isn't just an intellectual word. You realize your feeling can pull you down or they can push you up. And that isn't a that is ism. That is an ism. That's what they can do. It's it elevating the stagnated. And well, you can like I understand those words, but when you feel something, when you get that feeling, what do you do? Any kind of feeling. Is it enhancing or not? Or is it just you? And you know it's just you, and you're being selfish. Selfishness and selfish is two different issues. So do you want to go higher? to help someone else as well. And when you do that, whatever you do, I keep saying, you get to you get back. So the question is, did one just your own selfishness, or do you say, you know what, this for me, I'm elevating people around, because whatever you do come back to you. You know, part of this country, we talk about how do we help people. Do we really want to elevate people where they can have their freedom to be, or do we want to stagnate them? That is a personal and a universal and a political question as well. What do you want to do? Is it selective with some people? Is it like your body? You got different organs. I help this, but I want to help other part of my body. It's just, what are you doing? Elevation is throughout, not just your own little inner universe, then the people around you, then other people around them. It's a question. That's why in the spiritual, they use the word unconditionality rather than condition, because they know energy is unconditioned. Put it this way, keep going on. They don't say a select, there have been forms of quote, freedom or love and all those things. They say unconditional and a universal, those kind of things. Stand with extinction, the elevation, stagnation. And you come inside, ask the question. And we talked earlier before, do you have the courage to be honest with yourself? Or your intellect mind might come over and rationalize this. I think just feelings. What did you feel? Just feelings. Just be aware how you feel. Then the next time, how you think. There's no discrimination, just being aware of how do I really think? How do I really feel? Am I really aware of my body? Just being aware of it. And do I like the way my body feels? Do I like the way what I feel? And if so, how does that enhance you and other things went on that way? You get what I'm saying? Yes. That's important to be aware of that. Just stay with the theme today. Emotional, fantastic. Make a decision. That's a conscious decision. Elevation or stagnation.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dr. Hannah.
Yes.
I'd like to clarify a couple more things. So, you said sympathy can be a pulling down energy. Did I hear you right?
Yes, you did.
That's. Can you clarify that further? Because I think I've heard it a few different ways, and maybe others have. But like, have some sympathy, will you? You know, that type of vibe.
I think people do say that. But just to me, I listen to what Roy said. What do sympathy really mean? What do sympathy mean? Do you empathize or sympathize? You know, I empathize with what people think about what they call sympathize. To me, I feel everyone has a divine issue in there, and I got empathy for this person. Then how can I help them put up to a different level? Oh, I feel where you are. I feel exactly where you are. Okay, now what we do? We're feeling down. Now what? You connected with that energy, or you have uplifting energy. To me, energy of empathy is uplifting, and sympathy is down. I sympathize, empathize. You just listen to the frequency of it. Simp. You sympathy. I'm just saying I empathize with people. I want to elevate them to the higher frequency. I'm connect with them. I connect to enhance them back to their oneness at that point. Which to me, including the state of being connected at that point. And I realize there's another force in you. Mm-hmm. Connect with that force. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm there. And like being a sunshine light, bringing the energy in. Sun is the elevation. You bring energy, they expand things. I want to come in to expand the oneness in any kind of condition. What can that be? Being quiet with the person that can be empathetic. Talking, you know, and allowing the person to say how they can be helped. Come and you knowing how them to be helped. So dealing with people with grief or dealing with a so-called terminal thing, be present there. Rather, you think you know what they are, let them also help you know what they need. Because sometimes the sympathy is more of your need because you can't deal with the pain for that person. Connect with them. How can I elevate them? I hope I'm making sense to you.
Yeah, you are, and I want to follow up just for my own question and maybe for someone that's listening. Because I think this is a really important distinction of those words and vibrations. Because I've also heard people talk about, well, if you empathize, to your point, you feel, but I've gotten from some people's responses or reactions, maybe you would say, that if someone's feeling down, oh, I should coddle them and feel bad for them. It sounds like what you just said is if I really feel what someone's going through, I should reflect some energy that can help the situation, not just try to, I don't know what the word is, feel the same way they feeling.
I'm not trying to go beyond what they feel in that second, but I mean, I'm connect with them, realizing that second, that millisecond, I'm there with them. We can elevate this. And I don't try to push it beyond how I think. I'm just being present. But my presence of knowing that energy of elevation and connectivity is a way of moving from that position. But not trying to deny that position, being in the position, the elevation from there. So kind of, oh my God, I feel sympathy. No, 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 no. I'm saying, no, I'm here. I'm quiet. I'm present. My energy, my force, my power, my connectivity, my love, my truth. How we can move up in your space, in your time, in your millisecond. It might be a millisecond, it might be 5 minutes. I can be present in that time. It won't throw me off balance. I'm present in that. I'm not gonna start crying with them, but I'm gonna be loving with them. If it causes tears, I can accept them. They're cleansing, they're releasing. But I'm feeling connected, present with the elevation of one love, one breath. I'm there. And I recognize that within that person. If when every being have that power. So just like in some countries, they don't talk to people when they have cancer. They don't tell them about it because you want to keep them in a state of uplifting their oneness. You don't get off and say, oh my God, you got this. No. Some people don't talk about it. Some cultures don't. You want them to keep up the high energy. The more the high energy, you got more refreshed cells in your body. But also, we're going to keep going toward health and health and health. It's different. I'm just saying empathy to me is connected in the present of one love, one energy. I'm there. I can be present with them, very connected. My light just went out. So that's what's going on with that. Oh man, let me turn this back on. Yeah, so that's a big difference for me. And I see that, with my patients, and people come in and say their son just got shot. And I listen. They're crying, I'm listening. I'm being quiet through all of the presence of that. But before the end of the session, we laughing and joking because I don't push back in that millisecond, that one light, one breath, and say, yeah, I think I see your son smiling now. He had this smile. He got this. Whatever it is, you can shift that when you're genuine from your heart with someone's heart in that crisis there. Never have any inkling of your sadness. It's life how we meet upward. Life is a process of refinement on all junctures, Can you be still when everybody's moving? Can you be joyfully sad when everybody's down? Can you be that with that energy? Can you be the sunshine? I'm talking like that. I'm talking like this, And people call me patients, asking me, should I do this? Because I don't think this doctor understood me. I said, they didn't get me. Question is, why you come to me? Because I'm gonna say what it is in and nowness with a whole lot of realness, with truth and love in it. Doesn't matter the situation. How can you be a catalyst of change when you're reacting? How can you be a catalyst of change when you're more empathized to crime more than someone else? And I have no judge about the crying. What I have about being present with that light. The light sometimes is just being quiet. Like some time with the patient permission to touch. Like some time is just listening from your spiritual ear and your heart totally open. Listening. And that listening with that fulfilled from your heart of oneness, the love there. Because they're looking for a point of connection, a point of stability, a point of lightness, trying to change inside of that second, that millisecond. And sometimes I see people enhancing, making things worse because they sympathize more than the patient, more than the person. So they have been talking about grief at a big organization. Grief. Grief is a form of, like, what is grief is about? When someone goes to the spirit world, they feel it intense. Well, you say that person is no longer here. Depending on your level of awareness, I just said to the beginning, this for the last 2 weeks, this body can carry the soul. And when someone goes to transition, this body goes. And when you're so attached to this physical body, and you haven't been real with that person in the physical body, sometimes you have people laughing, crying and boo-hooing, like, well, what happened? Well, number one, you wasn't real. Number two, with yourself or with them. Number three, you're too attached. So your attachment is the source of your pain. So when you really, really love them, let them go back to the spirit world. Send love to them. That's a deep reality. That's a deep truth. Send them the love that they make transition to the spirit world. Because we came from, we're going back to it. And that is for eternal love. This attachment, were you present with that person? Were you totally present? Did you give your all? Did you receive your all? I can say the answer. A lot of times people are not present with themselves, not with that person. When they go out in the physical, oh my God, I remember this. Remembrance is good. But where's the pain coming from? It's something of you over-attached or you didn't do. But send love to them in the spirit world. You got what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate the answers again. I mean, one thing that resonated and came forward for me as you were speaking is you're talking a lot about balance. And one thing that I heard was earlier you said, you have the choice to what I eat, what thoughts I bring into my body. And then just there you said, you also don't want to be attached to it. So that's a balance, yeah?
Yes.
Like, yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to flag for more clarification is you were talking about selfishness, and I look at that as like, focus on balance of self, and then there's also I'm part of the collective world. If I want to enhance myself, if I want to rise and claim my purpose here, I have to focus on myself a bit. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you see that all? I mean, because it seems like what you're talking about is balancing a lot of things. Is that one way to look at it? How do you see it, Dr. Henna?
When we get through with the bodies, we will be balanced. We will glow like the moon. But my thing is shine, glow, flow. I'm talking about divine energies. The sun shines, the moon glows, and the water flows. We decided to go with bodies here. Okay? Bodies. With bodies. And so we have to deal with all of those bodies. Then you glowing and flowing. So it's now going to the physical, emotional body. To let you know, don't get too attached to your physical sensation, which we are in general in this collective. We're too overwhelmingly connected with the sensation. And that affects your balance of your thinking that kind of way. Then you know that I want you to be able to think about that very well. Because we are dealing with a balance all the time. As we move forward into this physical world, And the reincarnation here is about have you balanced your emotion, mental, physical, spiritual body. And I said many times, are you honest with yourself? Most people lie to themselves with a nice rationalization, but they only fool themselves. You can look at by their action. Are they balanced? Are they being honest about what mood they are, who they are, what they are? I said empathy versus sympathy. I say I empathize because you realize that everyone that have the God force. I don't care of the condition. I judge no condition, but I say, how do I respond to the condition? I say I empathize. Empathize, man. And that's what I deal with. Because I realize that everybody have that force there, okay? You got it? Yes.
Thank you. I know you got someone there, yeah?
Yeah, Mr. Vincent just came in. Have you ever seen
Okay.
each other? I've seen somebody this well here.
Okay.
He wear a nice shirt, man.
Nice.
Jack.
Oh, nice.
What's happening?
Hey, how are you? Nice shirt.
good.
Yeah, you got the logo, huh? It's the shirt you made?
Yeah, we're here to
Nice.
talk some more details on the shirts.
Fantastic. It looks beautiful.
What size you wear, bro? You put your pre-order already. Hey, cuz?
Yes, sir.
I say, what size you pre-ordered yours already, brother?
Okay. Yeah, it depends on how it fits, XL or a double XL, I guess.
We can do that.
Yeah.
This is a large, so we got double XLs too. Be comfortable inside.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. And then do you do graphic design on videos as well?
No videos, just photos or just prints.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The intro he was talking about, I could probably do something like that with Canva.
Uh-huh.
Create like a intro for the podcast. You got the
Yeah.
Yeah. I could make something happen with that. The technology, and I'm familiar with that program, but as far as like actual graphic design in it though, I can bring like some of these images into like rolling into
Yeah.
intro kind of thing, a little song or
Sure.
animations, but we haven't talked in much detail about those things.
Okay. Okay. Cool, man. Well, it's good to meet you. I'm not gonna hold y'all. But yeah, it's an honor to meet you, and I'll see y'all around soon. Yeah.
Let me close it out, Carl. Let me tell you, we gonna put this going, okay?
Cheers.
Okay.
All right, peace, man.
Yeah, like this, I want to say that we dealt with the physical body last week. Today is the emotional body. And again, I'm gonna end by saying the emotional body is a powerful catalyst. It can elevate or stagnate. Is that depend elevation or stagnation depend on your consciousness and your courage to be real and be clear about what direction you're going. And I said before, we live in a sensational world where we are attached to sensation. Doesn't matter whatever it is. That attachment causes problem of pain. All the ancients know that attachment was associated with that pain and grief and control and all type of mayhem. People attached to a belief that this is mine and I have to, it's mine. It's attached. They don't have the flexibility saying what's the big truth. Okay. So next week we get another body we add to this. And that's one of a book I'm thinking about, Shine, Glow, Flow, because I'm dealing with universal energy. The sun is the major energy on this planet. It shines on each and every planet, every animal, everything. No condition is it shines. The moon glows when you have the balance. It's glowing. All your bodies, mental, emotion, mental, spiritual body, and the water flows. Water is a powerful energy, Powerful, it's always running down. It absorbs and turns and went. Like my system, Bhagavad Chan, Tai Chi Chuan. It's always flowing, correlating into more power. So that would be dealing with that. Okay. So next time, we a little bit more detail, and we get through all the bodies. And then we talk about flowing, and we go from there. The idea, the vision, my investment for people to wake up and be real. When you're real, you can deal. You know what I'm saying? Then you children. Otherwise, you're talking too much. Just be real in your actions. And B is bold energy. Most people are afraid to be that energy of their thumbprint. They accommodate, assimilate, then they get a lot of headaches, you know. Why this? Be you, be real. Be sunshine, man. All right, we'll talk.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Allen. Yeah, talk to you soon.